What is going on, guys, and welcome back to a new video on the Kiefer channel. Another esports on board. Today it is Spa-Francorchamps, if that's the correct pronunciation. But anyways, it was probably my hardest esports race ever, my worst esports race ever in terms of performance. So yeah, still a good insight, so you can see when a driver is struggling or when something is going wrong. I still have no explanation until today what happened, but anyways, let's find out and jump right into the action. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell so you don't miss out any future videos. Let's go. And we are starting this video, of course, with Spa qualifying. Actually, I never really felt confident on this track this year. I still don't like Lecombe like in 2021. In 2020 I was really fast, and overall I had really good overall pace, but hitting that lap was always tricky for me. So here we go for the fastest lap in Q1. Already small front right lockup, not terrible. Like sometimes it's actually good to miss the apex a bit just to carry a bit more momentum. It's a weird corner, especially in 2022. And now flat out through Eau Rouge. Also you gain or lose time there sometimes because of the bumps, and with the physics this year it was also very confusing. I always tried to figure out what is the best line, what's the best turning input. And then look at this, we are avoiding the first curb, we have to attack the second one. We don't get loose, so we hit actually a really good Lecombe. And our first sector was really fast because we had lower wings than most people, and people were confused about what's going on. That's why I was purple. Then here into no name, good rotation, not too much. Of course, taking it fairly steady. We just need to make sure we are in top 15, and I think we all know that's fairly easy most of the times if there's not something going on with the game again. So yeah, I was just trying to make sure we don't make big mistakes, we don't get an off track. We already are in the top 15, but we need to improve a little bit. Then we make a mistake here, which wasn't perfect. The split is still fairly decent. We are up by 2.5 tenths. Now just need to make sure the hardest corner after a fairly decent lap is always the final chicane, because heavy braking, easy to make a mistake, easy to overjudge when you can brake or to brake too early. And we get good initial rotation, we keep it in 4th. Now important to get good traction. We actually lost a bit of time there, I think, but it's enough for a 41.909, which is the fastest lap in this session. So we were fast crazy, right? From every single driver on the grid in Q1. It was looking good. At least a good start into qualifying for me. You know that qualifying was my biggest struggle on 2022, so that's good to see. Then here, quali 2, same thing like in Q1, a little bit better this time. You can also see the delta is quite alright, but oh no, it was on fresh tires, the delta. Yeah, so I was sometimes changing, I think, the differential to 50, just because I wasn't sure, like for Eau Rouge, if it's faster. I'm not sure if I am right now. Yeah, I was. And also for this event I drove with TV pod offset camera, if you haven't told already or been able to tell. Lecombe was a bit more rough here, we got a bit more understeer, got a good cut here. Close to the track limits, still a small improvement compared to our previous lap. Running a bit wide, not too bad. Now we need to get a good no-name, and we actually do. There was fairly decent rotation, not getting loose. Like honestly, it looks like the track is fairly alright to drive if you hit a lap that is alright. That was a terrible corner, we lost half a tenth there. But it feels so bad to drive this racetrack on this game. It's just like when drivers that are capable of drive it on the limit, sometimes it looks like, well, it doesn't look that bad, but then when you drive it you realize, oh my god, this is quite bad. Now another mistake on the exit. We are not improving much compared to our Q1 time, which is not a good sign. So we need to hit a perfect final chicane to make sure we are through to Q3. We get good initial rotation again. That looks fairly steady. Not great, not bad. And it is at least a 784. So, yeah. Not the worst, not the best. But now we have to trade a through, and we are actually indeed through. Jano Ottmer this time out, Simon Weigang P10, Sebastian Job between us. So Jano was one of our rivals, of course, because we were still fighting Mercedes for the constructors at this point. Now for the fastest and final lap in Q3. Making the worst turn 1 line that we've done in the whole quali. Already a big choke there. Now, not much to tell you here, it's just flat out trying to stay tight, not lose any time through if you can, and just waiting for that sector split, which is a 5.67, not too bad actually, but it could be half a tenth faster. Then you can see we have to correct here. We didn't get the curb rotation that we needed, didn't hook up the curb as I wanted to, and now another moment where we make a micro correction and it just wasn't really going smooth. Then here I missed the curb a little bit. It's not that bad actually. I don't know if it's slower, if it's faster. Wasn't the greatest. At least didn't get too much understeer in this corner this time. Now through the right left, he took it up on the inside curb, and we do so neatly. Again, we get a bit more understeer here than most drivers. We're currently purple, but our split is really bad. I was confused because it looked like a decent lap, aside from turn 1, but even turn 1 could only be maybe half 10 if I nail it hard, a little bit faster even. But still, that's just not enough. That is really just not enough, to be honest. We had a bit more understeer here. It still looked like a fairly decent lap, not a pole position, but a decent lap, and we barely improved compared to our Q2 time. I was so confused from this point onwards. Even in the race, we have 3.5 times off from being P1 in Q1 to fighting for P10 and being 3.5 times off from pole. This, I don't know. Sometimes this game was a mystery to me, honestly. But for now, we need to nail the start. It's lights out and away we go. And Jano Ottmer got a good start again on the inside of us. We're fighting him, maintaining position for now. And I've noticed, I think throughout this race, we had super low wings in quali, but I actually ran higher wings in the race than in quali. And I think most people reacted to that, or also had like lower wing setup, so they were really fast in the straight. I was hoping like it wouldn't be that case. I was looking forward to the race to make a lot of moves, but this made it harder. And Jano probably got a bit caught up from me braking a bit earlier than usual. Sorry for that. Just first lap shenanigans. And Tunitsa trying to go for an inside move. And I have no idea what's going on ahead of us. Ronha, I think Bormann, Nicolas Longe, Sebastian Job, Simon Weigang, and we get... Oh my god, I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, that's what I mean. That's the first time where this curb is nearly killing me, and you could see why I wasn't that happy with it. I think here I was asking, I don't know, was I asking that I got a track limit or something, which was just to make sure we don't collide with Jano? I don't know, because sometimes they remove these. But yeah, you could see that is exactly why I don't like this track on 22. In 2021 it was also not great, but also here again this year. It is just strange. It is just a strange racetrack. I have no explanation, guys. Sometimes the curbs, they just don't stick, and sometimes it looks like, hey, it's not that bad to drive, right, when you watch an onboard. But yeah, so we survived lap 1. We didn't make up any positions, unfortunately. And we are fighting, we are struggling. We used also quite a bit of ERS already, and everyone seemed super fast. I had no clue why. So from the final lap in Q3 until this point, I was like really trying to sort out, even in practice, in the practice races before, I was like, why on earth is something feeling so wrong? And here, because I'm just like trying to figure out stuff, I got another warning, 2 warnings in one lap. Man, that was insane.
Okay.
So we're currently discussing the strategy. Boxing this lap, going for an undercut, and nobody else is coming in, so we are the first to do so. Let's see if this is gonna work out. Hopefully, would be nice if so. And from here on we will also have full push mode, of course, using all of our ERS, trying to
So we are happy
undercut
with how this is working
cars
out,
ahead,
Marcel.
seeing if
Pushing
this
your
will
luck.
work or not, or if the overcut is actually smarter, because people now know there's a pit window and they will push like crazy. Again, this is allowed, don't be confused, F1 Esports is not applying strict rules here, and we managed to at least not give Shanika Clay ERS, and now you can see we are using all of our ERS, which is gonna be an issue, because when these guys are coming out, either they also have lower ERS, or they didn't need to use a lot because they still had a DRS. For now it's important to get up these tires quickly up to temperature, not get a track limit, because of course we had to, and we don't know if one gets removed or not. So we have to push while still being careful at the same time. Not an easy task if you're under pressure and feeling like if you mess up now, the whole race is basically ruined, and everyone knows it. But that's the part of F1 Esports, and one thing that I really love about it, like the pressure. It's just one of the most insane things. And you can already see behind, Shanika Clay is 1.9 seconds behind us. So we are extending the gap on the mediums compared to the hards, at least quite a bit. He of course needs longer to get his tires up to temp, and you can see we are pushing flat out. We are literally trying our hardest to make this strategy work, and now we will see in the pit lane. If you look at the minimap, there's a couple of cars pitting, including Jano as well. And Jano was behind us, so we should definitely come out ahead of him, but we should have a decent gap compared to Jano if the undercut is really strong. And we had a purple final sector. Coming around the first corner, there's Sebastian Chop ahead of us, and Jano, we made the undercut work, but it's not as big as we were hoping to. He now also has DRS. We have basically we have no ERS anymore, and Sebastian Chop is now also going to push that out for his undercut. He has still the ERS, so we need to make sure that we gain a bit of time on him whilst our tires are warm. Now in the first few sections here, for example here. And when he uses his ERS, we need to be in the DRS window, otherwise it's a GG. It really is for us, because Jano is then right behind us with DRS, with fresher tires, with ERS. Yeah, and we are pushing hard, we are trying to make up time, but Sebastian Schopp already has his tires fairly decently up to temperature, and the tire deck on Spa is quite high, so even one lap makes a big difference in performance. At least like by a few tenths, so we will automatically be slower, and now he's already up to temp and he has the ERS and his tire advantage, and he's just pushing away. We have nothing we can do. Below 10% ERS, we don't have the battery output, and you can see he's pulling away. Look at that difference. Look at that difference, how he's pulling away. That is crazy, and I knew, okay, it probably wasn't the best thing that we tried the undercut. We should have pitted with this pack, so we stay within the DRS, pit with the earliest, and then yeah, it's just because of our ERS. Like, the ERS was our problem. It's not that the strategy is bad, it's just we had to use so much ERS. We at least undercut Tunitsa and a couple of other guys, I think. But yeah, they also have again 2 lap fresher tires. I have no ERS and they can now push. So I think the overcut was the right way to go, just because of that battery advantage. And now we are in this race and we need to make sure we kind of stick with these guys. If they push now really hard, it is again the same scenario with Sebastian Job. So our tires are getting older, theirs are getting older, but they always have this 1 lap advantage, which is gonna help them in some parts. And you can see I'm pushing, I'm trying to sort out things, but I was really struggling. Honestly guys, this was my worst race probably so far in F1 Esports history. I'm not kidding with you. I didn't understand it either, why I felt like I was that slow, because looking at the driving it didn't look horrendous. Maybe not the fastest, but like fast enough to at least keep up with these guys. And actually after this race, because I didn't understand it, Like, I literally did not understand why I was struggling so much with basically anything. I tried my hardest to keep up with these guys, and like it didn't matter if it was Jano or anyone else. I was struggling compared to everyone. Look at them pulling away. Like, something felt like it was wrong, and you can see I'm pushing and pushing. I'm literally overdriving the car just to make up for something, which also then causes more mistakes, loses me more time. I have to use ERS again, but I was like, come on, what is this? I was really getting frustrated. I was like, I can't be that bad, right? And after this race, I was literally just sitting in my rig and thinking like, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not good enough anymore, which in the end was just pure nonsense, because I definitely am good enough. Proved that also a few times more, and pace-wise also really good. But sometimes this season,
we're currently looking at about
not understand what was going on in this game. Like, some races, like also now, Simon Weigang is, I think, going for a move, trying so. We are defending, and we are now in this train, but of course with our 0% ERS. He's having another attempt around the outside. We're leaving enough room here as well, and he collides with us. With that, now his red arrow was disappearing for a second, but not much, and then yeah, we basically pushed him off because I thought he wasn't there anymore, and we were already so far ahead. I felt bad for that. Looking back at it, I don't know if it was really dirty, because we made a collision before, and then afterwards, like, I was ahead, but I don't know. Here I wasn't fighting, I couldn't do anything anyways. I felt still sorry, Simon, for that. Wasn't necessary that we collided there, both occasions. And now he had to catch up again, and yeah, I was still hoping I could maybe stay within the points. Simon actually made it, and we caught up, but now look at this. Everyone was so much faster. I didn't even need to use the ERS, because I already knew I have older tires. Well, he is flashing, so it's a good sign for me, but he was still that fast with flashing battery. I swear to God, I don't know what was going on this race. I have no clue. But I was literally thinking, okay, I don't want to ruin anyone's race, so I'm trying to play it safe and see if I might get another chance later on in the last few stints, when I'm saving now and they are using all their battery and I'm just playing the passive game again. Yeah. But Danny is pushing Fabrizio off. These kind of moments are when I might be benefiting, and you can see I'm using my ERS, but I'm still barely gaining. I have no idea what is going on, man. I have no clue. Guys, watching this race is making me so frustrated again, because I can't understand why I was so slow. I can't. I'm sitting here right now. I'm rewatching it with you. And I have no idea what's going on. Then here I'm fighting, not really fighting, I think Dani Moreno passed, because for some reason I have no pace. I have 71% tires on the final lap, and just hoping this race would end faster, or maybe some carnage is gonna happen ahead. So, and penalties maybe for drivers ahead. Super frustrating, I'm telling you guys. These moments, they hurt the most. They really do. And here we see Dani Moreno and Beresnay, they are fighting insanely hard. Like, super hard. That is actually freaking crazy. And we benefit way. That's what we were waiting for. Now we have the old tires. Low battery. I think Moreno put super late. Went for a long stint, and he flies by again. I don't know, guys. Yeah. Sorry. I can only apologize for this performance. I still don't know. I can only say, I guess I was just driving bad, but I like watching it. I still don't understand why it was that slow. I don't know. There's no team radio from my end anymore, because I was just sitting there questioning what just happened. I had no clue. I was never that devastated ever before in F1 Esports. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, you know what to do. And as a little recap, I still don't know what to say. This race was just a struggle. Sometimes I can't explain what is going on in F1 22. In any other game, I never had that. But in F1 22, things just seem so random that you sometimes question, is it you? Is it the game? what did you do wrong, analyzing stuff, and you have no explanation. You never find any solution. Yeah, I don't know. But is what it is. Rough race. We lost 4 positions in the end. Quali was a positive in Q1. In Q2 it was alrightish. In Q3, a mystery again. Yeah. Is what it is. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. I hope you have a lovely day. And yeah, see you around. You're Marcel. Peace.